Got an article here from BuzzFeed today. 22 reasons Gen Z men are growing more conservative according to their female peers. And honestly, some of these are spot on. This is by Michaela Bramwell, and she's on BuzzFeed staff. I bet she has some great insights. I mean, women always have the best insights, right? Women's intuition is never wrong. We recently asked Gen Z women from both sides of the political aisle to share their views on conservatism growing in popularity among their male peers. Their points of view on why this shift is occurring were wide-ranging. Here's what they had to say. Number one, I'm a Gen Z teen who lives in a very small southern town, meaning I get to experience and see the young men who dedicate their lives to Trump. I believe they are shifting more toward the right side because it's giving them a chance to still be in control. Yep, that's all we want to do is control women. It's all we want is to control everything. We got to especially control women. I mean, right, women were chattel 100 and some such years ago. I mean, Matt Bender told us this. Of course, that was a few years back. And we all know that Matt Bender's an idiot and a liar. Women in the Western world have never been chattel except for those women who were, in fact, chattel, which was not all women. We don't want to control women. We want to have a relationship that is fulfilling. Women want to go out and be boss babes and not focus on relationship. Women's purpose in life is to focus on family and relationship. That's really it. A man's purpose in life is to go out and slay the dragon. Women are happiest when they're focusing on family and relationship. Men are happiest when they're going out and slaying the dragon to support that family. It really has nothing to do with control or wanting to be control. It's ridiculous. Number two, my boyfriend's very right-leaning. However, a lot of his friends feel that the current way political and social discourse is going, there's a lot of focus on uplifting marginalized voices, and at times, this can make them feel like their perspectives are being overlooked or dismissed. Nope. It's not our perspectives that are being overlooked, it's us in general. I don't have a voice at the table because why? I'm a white male. I need to sit down and shut up and let the women talk. Let the LGBT alphabet people talk. Let the non-whites talk. It's like, I don't have a valid point of view anymore? What if my point of view is 100% spot on? Oh, it comes from a white man. No, it's wrong. Number three, so many males are angry and want something to blame. Fox News has told conservatives that if they're not sex gods with $100,000 in the bank and abs of steel, it's because of immigrants, welfare, feminism, liberals, etc. Okay, I don't think Fox News says that. I don't watch a lot of Fox News. I watch the Gutfeld show, although I fall asleep usually before the halfway mark, so I miss most of it. I don't hear Fox News saying that when I watch them. I don't hear Fox News says that if you're not a sex god with $100 million in the bank and abs of steel, define sex god for me too, by the way, then it's because of immigrants, welfare, feminism, liberals. No, they're not saying that. Okay. This is going to be a long one on this one. What is it? What is a sex god? Is a sex god somebody who can bang all night long? Okay, well, then I qualify. With $100 million in the bank, very few people have $100 million in the bank, and most men understand this. Abs of steel, you can get abs of steel pretty easily. It's called diet and exercise. It's not that hard to get abs of steel. It just takes a little bit of dedication. 6 months you can have abs of steel, unless you're like super obese or whatever, right? If you're just a regular Joe, you can probably get abs of steel in 6 months. I don't think any of that's because of immigrants, welfare, feminism, liberals, etc. I think that immigrants, welfare, feminism, liberals, and I wouldn't say liberals, I'd say progressives or the woke, are trying to destroy the natural order of things, the traditional order of things in the country. Traditional order of things, men didn't have $100 million in the bank and didn't have abs of steel. Most men are not sex gods by any stretch. Whether that is, I can just attract all sorts of different women, whether I'm just really good in bed, whatever the hell that means, whether I have 28 inches in the pants, whatever that is, most men, the vast majority of men are not that. So, number four, I'm a high school girl, and I have noticed that the majority of boys in my generation are leaning conservative. I honestly don't blame them. The other side seems to hate them. Yes, this is 100% true. This high school girl is actually the smartest one probably in this whole interview. The high school girl, whoever this is. Before we go on, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do thank everybody for stopping by and supporting my work. You can find me on Rumble and on Twitter. Number five, humor is often taken too far. Dark humor is becoming a trend, especially among young men. And while even I find it funny from time to time, there has to be a limit. Let me see. We got a caption here. It says, a middle or high school boy who makes jokes about women belonging in the kitchen may very well end up being a misogynist later in life. Okay, and I knew it was going to do this. I was going to make this point, but they made it for me. The point I was going to make is it dark humor Or is it just humor you don't like, ladies? The woke. Because that is not a dark joke at all. Making a joke about a woman belonging in the kitchen is not dark humor. It's not. Dark humor is making fun or making a joke about something that's horrifying happening. A woman being a housewife is not a horrifying event. Okay? That's not a big deal at all. If you're a housewife and you're a woman, okay, I have more important things to think about right now. Thank you for sharing. Goodbye. That's less of a blip on my radar than something coming up to me and going, hey, I'm gay. Okay? I have more important things to worry about right now. Leave me alone. Ridiculous. Number 6. There are no major left-leaning podcasts, YouTube channels, or social media pages. The current loneliness epidemic is having younger generations often only finding social solace online. Conservative, right-winged social media podcasts, YouTube videos, and news opinion channels are dominating the young male audience. Oh, call her daddy isn't left-leaning? What the F are you talking about? Sam Cedar isn't left-leaning? What are you talking about, you idiots? You don't know what you're talking about. Number 7. I think Trump makes guys feel powerful and sexually dominant by putting women back in their place in society. What other avenues do young men have in society to feel powerful? What is it with the sexual dominance thing here? You got to be a sex god. You got to be sexually dominant. Do you think that's all that men are concerned with in the world? Do you think that this is what this comes down to, is men are not getting sexually gratified, therefore we have these problems? Because men are probably, on average, more sexually gratified today than they were 40 years ago. Definitely more so today than 100 years ago, I would say. Because you could, 100 years ago, marry a virgin. Can you do that today? Not in this country. I mean, we've seen the guy with flowers meme, right? So anyway, what was this point here? Trump makes us feel powerful and sexually dominant by putting women back in their place. That's why he hired Pam Bondi. That's why he put Carolyn Levitt for his spokesperson. What other avenues do men have to feel powerful in society? Oh, there's MMA, there's weightlifting, there's jobs that men do that are, in power positions, police officers, things like that. What are you talking about? Now, it may be the case, she may be right here in saying that, yeah, men are feeling less powerful in general because women are stepping up and doing jobs that men would traditionally do. Yeah, that's probably happening to some degree. But the reason that men aren't feeling powerful in society is because we keep persistently being told to sit down and shut up, and that our opinions don't matter, and that we're worthless men. It's not that we don't feel powerful, we don't feel respected, we don't feel appreciated. Number 8, social and emotional issues are on the rise, including subjects like alphabet people, rights, women's rights, racial equality, and more. While these issues are important, and some men will agree they are important, they do not understand their role. They often think anyone can do what they want to do. Why should I care? Yeah, why should I care? Let me see. Social and emotional issues are on the rise. Okay, emotional issues, I don't know that they're on the rise. I think that this move towards conservatism indicates that people are overcoming their emotional issues by going to conservatism. We're all being taught for generations that we need to be sensitive men. And that has not given us what we want. It has not made us happy. It has not made us content or joyous in any way. And then men are starting to go, well, if this isn't working, why don't I go try this other thing here? Oh, I'm feeling better now. So it seems to me that emotional issues are dropping. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm sure we could do studies on that and find out. Social issues are on the rise. Oh, social issues are only on the rise is because progressives keep whining about them. Because LGBTQ people have all the rights. Women have all the rights. Races of all different types have all the rights. Please tell me where it is that they are failing because of the rights that they don't have. Idiots. These people, they live in an echo chamber. Number 9. As a mom of an 11-year-old boy, it is hard to go against what they see online, like women in gyms yelling at men for looking at them and that sort of thing. This woman is correct. When you see, was it Jessica Fernandez? I don't remember her last name off the top of my head, but when she's calling that guy feral for glancing in her direction 5 or 6 times, when she's the only thing for him to look at while he's just sitting there in between his sets. And then he comes over to politely help her. And you can tell he's kind of a little bit shy and a little bit awkward in that situation. It's not like he's like boldly walked over, hey babe, what's up? Let me do those weights for you. Come on, you don't need any of this. Come back to my place with me. Which I have seen happen in the gym, and successfully. I have seen plenty of people meet for the first time on the gym floor and then leave together. So that is not an absurd situation for this guy to be putting himself in. Yet Jessica has to make a big deal out of it as if he's an animal while she shows her naked ass online for the entire world to see. Okay then. Number 10. My ex-boyfriend fell down a TikTok rabbit hole of anti-women content where guys preach that women should stop being independent and go back to worshiping men. It's wild how many Gen Z guys are buying into these flashy, toxic narratives, blaming women for everything. Relationships should be about respect, not outdated roles. Honestly, it's just sad, but hey, that's why he's an ex. I don't know, though, obviously, the details of this situation, but no, relationships were about respect when you had those outdated. You think that people are going to stay in these relationships when they're not being respected? Why do you think the divorce rate is so high? It didn't start yesterday. Women were feeling disrespected, so they pushed more and more for divorce. They finally pushed for no-fault divorce and got it. Women want to be able to divorce because men were being disrespectful to them. Yes, you have a point there. You listen to Bill Burr talk about his experience with the way his father treated his mother. And, he said the neighbor kid, his mom got treated the same way by his dad. So this is nothing that is new. We all know that we have to respect each other. We talk to each other with respect in relationships. You should just be like, hey, I love you, and I'm having this problem, and it's being caused partly by you. So let's try to fix it. Number 11, my male friends believe wholeheartedly that Democrats were going to send them to war, so they voted for Trump, even though they thought he wasn't a good person. Well, your male friends are lying to you. And I can tell you this for sure because I know plenty of men who are past the age of the draft, who have never been in the military, who voted for Trump. Number 12, from the outside view, straight white males get the worst deal in current society. Those guys can't win. They are told that they're all 100% racist, misogynistic, and transphobic. They're told that they're the more unsafe option compared to the bear. To a bear, exactly. Remember what that lady said? I brought this up in my video. You can play it here probably, but she says, I'd rather choose the bear because it's my understanding the bears don't always fuck with you. Do men? If I was alone in the woods and I saw someone, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? Let's hang out. I'm lost. Are you lost? Or, hey, are you lost? What's going on out here? I wouldn't be like effing with her. She's a human being. she probably has a similar feeling about being in the woods as I do. Why would you go into the woods alone if you're a woman anyway? Because there's a lot of bad people out there. Men and women. But yes, it's mostly going to be men. I see what they're saying here. It's like, if you're alone in the woods, would you rather see a man or a bear? Oh, I would rather see a bear because... like the man, he's probably going to try to get in my pants, like force himself in. And that we've seen that happening. Most men aren't going to do that. Most men aren't going to want to do that to you. There is a minority who thinks it's okay or who wants to do that or whatever. And we all know that that's illegal and those men are wrong and they need to be punished severely, removed from society altogether, in my opinion. So, 13. I think more young men are voting conservative because they feel that society has labeled them toxic for long enough. They want a party that will respect and value not just women and non-binary people, but also men. Yeah, civilization has said that I'm toxic. What do you expect me to do? Number 14. Men are shifting right because modern feminism isn't about equality anymore. It's about who has more power. Feminism was never about equality. It was about giving women power and taking power away from men. The supposed power that men had, which men never had any power, really. Civilization was set up so that men could have power, so that women could do the things that women have to do, which is bear and raise children. Biology always wins. Number 15. After having conversations with my moderate guy friends, I feel like they don't care about stuff unless it directly affects them. Okay. So when talking about liberal policies, they don't see the personal benefit. But with conservative policies, they see more of a personal gain, so they vote for the conservatives. Yeah, women do this too. Now, what I think she's getting at is something like global warming, where it doesn't, we don't see the direct effects daily or how bad it's going to be as the earth warms up. So I'm going to vote for Democrats because I want to have global warming mitigated. Okay, I understand that. I can get behind that. But that's not really something that men are like. I'm for like mitigating global warming. Let's do it. But at the same time, We can't have people saying that I'm a piece of garbage because I'm a white male. That makes no sense. I couldn't say that about any other race or gender. I couldn't say it about LGBT people. I'm not allowed to say that. But you can say it about me because of who I am. No. Number 16, they are losing the feeling of being the big, strong hero and feel just plain old equal. Yeah, okay. We have never been equal, men and women. Like I just stated, women have all the power. They've always had all the power. Why? Because men want them. They have what every man wants. Once you get your basic needs met, the first one on the list is sex. After that, you got air, food, water, safety. The next one is sex. Love, depending on whether or not you think you need that, which, I mean, we see that babies definitely need that. So we're not able to be in a position where we can attract women to us to have sex with us. Chads are, but the average guy is not. So it's not that we're feeling plain old equal. We're realizing that you guys have more power than us. Something I realized decades ago, but whatever. Number 17, I think the Democratic Party has made cis-het men feel alienated by not caring about any issues that really pertain to them. The issues that seem to matter most to the left are social issues that impact minority communities. Those issues are important, but vilifying and alienating men helps no one. This person is very, very smart. The only place where she dropped the ball a little bit was when she said, those issues are important, referring to the issues that impact minority communities. Those issues are not important. They've all been dealt with. And if you're going to sit here and say, oh, well, there's still like this lingering issue. Okay, shut up. Everybody has lingering issues. It's going to go on forever because we're human. Number 18. I've had an ex-boyfriend tell me that he struggled in the relationship because he wasn't the more successful one. There's a narrative that historically men have been the more traditionally successful ones in relationships financially, educationally, and professionally, because women haven't been allowed to pursue these things fully until the last few decades, and in many places still can't. Are you talking about many places outside of the country? Because you can anywhere in the United States. This is not a narrative. This is the truth, and this is what women want. This woman is delusional who said this. The thing is that women want a man who is the breadwinner. Women want a man who is successful. Even if he's not making a ton of money, they still want a man who is successful at what he does. Like, let's say he's a musician, and for whatever reason, musicians don't make very much money, which is not true. A lot of musicians do make a lot of money, but most musicians don't make any money. But let's just say that all musicians, the top musician in the world is making like $50,000 a year. That top musician is still gonna get mad poon because he's successful. He's the best. He's the best musician. So, number 19. America was built on the backs of men who are now supposed to be ashamed of themselves for just being men. The left tries to fit everyone in some small box labeled with toxic names, and young men are sick of it. Very, 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 very spot on right there. This whole country was built by me. It's maintained by me. I mean, obviously not me specifically and not what I do. Don't tell men they're worthless, even though they're the ones out there digging the ditches and laying the roads down. So, number 20. I, as the oldest part of Gen Z, turning 28 this year, believe the rise of conservative views amongst Gen Z men is due to the fact that men, particularly white men, may feel overlooked in society. Yep, this is true. Number 21. I was born in 2000. My husband was born in 1998. Man, what's he doing with you? I mean, he should be somebody who was born in like 2005. From what we've seen, a lot of young men have realized that women are not dependent on men anymore. They see that women can have a career, live on their own, and be happy without having a boyfriend or being married. So why would women waste their time with a man who doesn't treat them well or doesn't actively improve the quality of their lives? For a lot of men, it's easier to say that women demand too much or have too high standards rather than learn to be a good partner. No, women do have too high standards. Women are demanding too much. This is why women are being single. Okay, this person is just the epitome of like wrong think on the subject matter. Women are demanding too much. Women want relationships. Women are less happy now than they have been throughout American history. And it's because they have fewer relationships with men, fewer intimate relationships with men. I guess less meaningful relationships with men. That's really what it comes down to. They don't have children. They don't have boyfriends. They don't have husbands. They don't have fathers. And then we wonder why they're unhappy. Women are so unhappy. And then they're all on medication. And not all of them, but a lot of them are on medication. Happy pills, which don't help everybody. And also they lose their effectiveness over time the more you take them. Ridiculous. Anyway, and finally, number 22. We're living in a time where women, trans, and non-binary people are taking up positions of power more than ever before, feeling more comfortable breaking traditional gender norms. That's why? Well, it's not that men are moving conservative because of these reasons. Like, there's always going to be competition. Again, it comes down to simply this. Men do not have the ability to attract a good woman into their life. The Conservative Party is more about that, more about getting men to positions where they can attract a good woman into their life. Used to be the average man was going to grow up, date, and get married. That's how it was. That's what you expected. Something like 98% of the population got married. It's crazy. And out of that 2% that didn't get married, like 98% of them still had meaningful relationships long term, at least once in their life. The ones who weren't getting married were like the clergy and people who were really messed up, people who were insane, people who went into prison, stuff like that. So now it's all turned on its head. And is there any like comments or anything down here? No, just more articles. Anyway, I thought you'd all enjoy that and appreciate it. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.